Everybody, this is Maria with J&M Garden. So we're gonna go ahead and do our April garden tour. We're gonna start in the same area that we always start in. So basically in this area I haven't really done much. The daffodils are done, but I did plant some astilbe. So there's one, two, I planted 6 and they look really good, like really good. And then that is the painted trillium, and I just got this a few weeks ago. It's a Jack in the Pulpit. It already bloomed, but it's kind of a funky plant. Here's another trillium, and then these two are evening primroses. I will be adding more evening primroses to this area, but I think these won't bloom. I don't think these will bloom this year. They might. I don't know. I mean, they look really good, but they are biennials. Come on, buddy. And then, let's see. In this area, I did move my pots over to this side of the house because I'm going to be planting like a mandarin, a lemon, and a lime in those eventually. Or in other pots, I'm not sure. Those blueberries aren't gonna permanently stay there. But then I planted some angel trumpets that my neighbor gave to me. So basically they were cuttings, except for, well, 2 of them, yeah, I don't know what you would call these, but like these and that little stump, I think those already had roots, but the roots that it originally had died. They grew new roots, so I guess they would be cuttings. And those 2 tall ones are cuttings, and I basically kept them in water all winter until they rooted, and so now they're out here, and hopefully they will flower this year. But basically along this area I plan on making it look more of a, I'm gonna try to give it more of a tropical look. That's what I'm hoping for, because I'm kind of going for like a paradise style garden. But yeah, I have a long way to go. But I did plant some gladiolas in there, and they did start to come up. And then I have, in here I have some succulents and an agapanthus. Let's see. And in this area, I did take out a bunch of the wallflowers from here and put them in the front yard, but they don't transplant very well. Like, I waited too long, so I just decided to go ahead and just leave these here. I do have some other ones that are smaller that I think I can still transplant, and then there are still a couple evening primroses in there, which I'll just go ahead and leave for this year. But look at these alliums. Look at how tall that stem is. I'm so excited. And then that looks like it's gonna make it. I just need to cut off the dead. And I ended up bringing this back over here because it didn't really like the front of the house. But look at that beauty. Oh my gosh, I love these. And actually I thought all of the alliums that I had bought were purple. Some of them look white, but hopefully they'll, like, once they actually like go into full bloom, they'll all be purple. But there's another one that just starting, and then this Sweet William that finally bloomed. I grew these from seed, but I planted them last year, and so they're blooming this year. And this Shasta Daisy, it needs some water, but I want to move it, but I'm scared to move it because it's so big. And then I have a bunch of plants that I need to work on. So this thing right here, I haven't taken it out because I've scratched the bottom and it's still green, so I'm not gonna completely give up on it yet. And let's see, this area has undergone a lot of changes. Hold on, let me get my dog. Bo, come on, buddy. Come on. So I put in 5 hellebores. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it was so dumb because normally I try to get plants that like I know are gonna bloom, but I don't want them to already have blooms on them because that means they've just spent a lot of energy on that bloom and they're gonna have a hard time establishing. So those over there and that one, if I'm pointing, yeah, aren't gonna bloom this year. So I paid like $19 for plants that aren't even gonna bloom until next year. So that kind of sucks. I guess like the exception to the don't get plants that are actively blooming are hellebores. But then the astilbe look really good. I did have to move a bunch of plants to put in those hellebores. And let's see. In this area, if you see this little thing, that's an anemone. And I put in quite a few in this area. So that's pretty exciting that they are actually coming up. I pre-sprouted them. I feel like it's really difficult to grow anemones. I don't know. Hopefully they bloom. But other than that, I'm waiting for those to come up before I put anything else in this area. But my Japanese maple looks really good. I love that purple. Come on, buddy. Let's see. This area, I mean, it doesn't really look different. It just looks like it's bigger. I did put in a bunch of seedlings. It's kind of hard to see. There and there and here. I mean, they're all over, but we just need to let them grow. This purple coneflower looks amazing though. I think it's kind of like in the front. I'll have to move that next year. But the coreopsis looks good. The sedums look really good. And the ice, I think it's the ice plant or something like that, is starting to bloom, so that's good. All right, let's go to the mailbox. Come on, buddy. And then my baby Joe Pye came back up, so that's good. That'll add like this thing smells so good. Like the bees love it. Like they absolutely love it. It just smells amazing. So I'm really glad that came back up. All right, and the clematis looks great. It's full of buds. My lamb's ear is huge. It's crowding out the sedum. I'll have to do something about that. I'll probably divide the lamb's ear, make it smaller. And this rose campion is going to bloom this year. Looks really good. Some more sweet William. There's a peony in there. And some of the wallflowers that I transplanted. And then in this area, I just have some boxwoods, a bunch of dianthus, like everything that you see that's colorful are dianthus, and I had tulips in there, so those will just die out. Oh my god, it's trying to get me. It's a wasp. Oh god. I had one land on my lip one day. I was trying not to move because I didn't want it to sting me, and it decided to just land on my lip. That's crazy. But on this side, I basically have the same thing as that side with the exception of the clematis. I think I need something with height like right there in the middle. But not as big as the other side, except for this peony is already starting to bloom, and the irises are different varieties. So these are already blooming. They're beautiful. And then another baby Joe Pye, but this one's smaller. I did plant a tree here, but I don't think it's gonna make it. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't really worked on this side, but the biggest change is we had a lot of tree work done to our backyard and our front yard, mostly our backyard. And so like what areas that used to be like basically full dry shade, I think are full sun now, or part sun. So I might need to change what I planted, and I'll show you this area in a second. But I'll try to insert a clip of what it looked like when, like the day that we had the trees knocked down. It's a little bit crazy, but all right, so let me start with this. This is a turtle head that did come up, and a lamium. It looks so pretty. And I guess we'll go this way. I had some hostas come up. I should have divided those because I don't know, maybe I think they'll look good. But anyways, that's a gardenia. Smells delicious. And that is a little hellebore. It's called Magic Candy Love. And I actually thought that one wasn't going to come back, because what happened is we have this basketball hoop here, and a basketball landed on top of it. So actually I'm going to be moving this pot and putting something else there, or taking the hellebore out and putting something else there. And then the lily toad looks all right. It's not, I don't know. I'll have to watch, like, today that I'm home, I'll have to watch, like, if this area does get some shade in the afternoon, because basically, like, we cut that tree down and that tree down, and so it opens up like the whole mid section that used to be like complete shade. Bo, hold on, let me get my, all right, so he's over here now. So those heucheras look really good. Actually, that one right there, I don't know if you can see it, used to be a lot bigger, but something ran over it and cut off part of it. So yeah, and the ipimedium is done blooming. The brunera doesn't like its spot. I'll have to do something about that. This is a summon substance, and it got really torn up when we cut the trees. So, and I think it's just getting way too much sun right now. So I don't know, I'll have to do something about these. The ferns. We are definitely wanting to plant another tree like right there, a little bit farther from the house, but it needs to be a smaller tree, because we have a squirrel problem. I'm just gonna say that, I guess, like, we have issues with squirrels, like, getting on top of our house and making noise at night. So we don't want that tree to serve as a ladder to our house. But let's see, yeah, everything around the trees is kind of really torn up, but this ajuga is looking really good. I know that ajuga is aggressive, but I like that it's evergreen, and this area suffers from erosion like so bad that I just need something to keep the soil here. So it serves its purpose. Let's see. This woodland phlox looks amazing. I love it. I'll try to divide them, I guess, or propagate. And these are bleeding hearts. Sorry, I'm like kind of jumping. Those are hypernicums, or St. John's wort. There's 2 of them. I'm surprised they lived, because the tree literally fell like right there, like literally right there. Then that's a guacamole hosta and an autumn an autumn fern or something like that. Like it's evergreen, but I cut it back at the beginning of the spring so that it could have new fronds. All right, there's really nothing over here. Come on, buddy. All right, so I planted some cabbages and they bolted. They never gave cabbage. Like, I planted them last year for jasmine, but actually I kind of like how it looks. Like, I like the flowers and they're evergreen, so maybe this year I'll plant some cabbage and just leave it here to give it some green over the winter and let them bolt. I kind of like it. That's Gara right there. Do you see it? There's one there and one here, and that's gorgeous. And the rose is looking good, and we have some salvia. And I actually came out here and planted some seedlings. I don't know if they'll make it. We'll see. I haven't planted anything over here, but that rose is looking good. And then on this side, this rose bush did end up making it. Surprisingly, already has a bud. And then I planted like a Russian sage there and a Russian sage there that I propagated last year. So I don't know how big that will get because they're babies. But basically what I'm going to do is this bed and that bed will have Russian sage, and that bed and this bed will have Gara, which I propagated this Gara as well. So it's tiny, but I only have one, so I need to propagate one more. So I'll probably take a cutting from the other Gara or just buy one. Like, no, I don't think I'll buy one, but I'll just propagate. I like to propagate plants. And then let's see, that rose bush right there didn't make it, which I'm really disappointed, because I actually, out of that one and the one that's tiny, I thought the tiny one was gonna die and this one was gonna make it, and it was completely the opposite. So extremely disappointed with that. Let's see. All right, and here, this I literally thought was gonna die, but look, it has a bunch of new growth, so it's looking good. I kind of don't like that these gardenias die back, but I don't know if it's because they had transplant shock or what, but these other ones look a little bit better. I still have to cut off a bunch of more green dead growth. And then the tulips are completely gone. I do plan on putting zinnias here, and then I planted 2 cosmos there and some lily bulbs. Those haven't come up yet. Look at my dog. He's been out here with me for like 3 hours. Like, we've just been sowing seeds, and I think he's tired. Like, he just wants to sit. I keep on having to call him. I transplanted these from the Moon Garden. It's Bee Balm. They're like a fuchsia color. And then the steel bee looks amazing, and so does the Solomon seal. Like, I love Solomon seal. It is done blooming. It doesn't look like it's gonna have any berries. It kind of looks like something ate them, to be completely honest, but I don't know. I'll update y'all. Can y'all see that? Yeah. And then the snowflakes are still blooming. And I know that they say, like, pinch off the flower after it blooms so that, like, your bulb can have more energy to come back. But I'm not gonna do that because look at that. Like, I want these to spread. Like, I want snowflakes everywhere next year. So I'll probably, like, let them mature and then throw them out into my yard. Like, to be completely honest, because I want, like, snowflakes and snowdrops, but I didn't buy any snowdrops, so I guess I'll only have snowflakes. And oh my goodness, my winter sowing and just regular seed sowing. Let's see. And then this area, I don't know if I've gotten to show you, but I did plant some some hellebores in here, guacamole hosta, and a peony. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.